Hello, Algebra 2 students. This is a video for example 1 for section 1.5, solving equations and inequalities by graphing. The lesson essential question, how can you solve an equation or an inequality by graphing? There's no new vocabulary, and in the end, you'll be able to use graphs and tables to approximate solutions to algebraic equations and inequalities. Let's go ahead to the first example. The website here will use Desmos. You may be using a graphing calculator. Your teacher may be working with both or prefer one over the other. Hopefully you become adequate at both technologies. Here we go. How can you use a graph to solve an equation? So we have this equation, negative 3x plus 20 equals 5. Now, you could solve that algebraically, but we want to solve by graphing. That's what this section is all about. An equation is a statement that two expressions are equal. The values that make the equation true are the solutions. To solve an equation by graphing, we're going to write the two equations by setting y equal to the original equation, y equals negative 3x plus 20, and the other part, y equals 5. So here's two equations. We just break it into two things, y equals this and y equals that. Next, we graph the two equations. So in blue, they have graphed y equals negative 3x plus 20, and you're going to be able to use graphing technology to do this, and y equals 5, and where they cross, they appear to intersect at x equals 5. By substituting 5 back into the original equation, you can verify the result. So if you plug in 5 in here, 5 times negative 3 is negative 15, negative 15 plus 20 is 5, and here there was no place to plug it in, there was no x value, so y is 5. Yeah, so they both equal 5. So the only point on the graph where the value of each part are equal is when x equals 5. Now they didn't show us how to get the y value, but I guess it's right here, right? You plug in a 5 and y is 5, so it turns out to be 5, 5. Kind of a strange result to be 5, 5. That confused me a little bit because they were both the same number. How can you use a graph to solve an equation? So here's an absolute value equation equaling a linear equation. So we're going to break it into the two parts. Y equals the absolute value of x minus 4, that's in blue. And we have the red part, y equals 1/2 x plus 1, that's in red. It appears they cross at two places, when x equals 2 and x equals 10. So to find out what those y values are, I guess I could do it by looking. This 2 is at 2 and 10 looks like it's going to be at 6. But you can also find that by plugging in. When you plug in a 2, 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Absolute value of negative 2 is 2. Or I could plug in the 10 was the other point. Plug in a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. The absolute value of that is 6. Okay? Now they want us to try it. Now you may have to open up Desmos on your laptop or the graphing calculator on your laptop to give this a shot. Click pause, give it a shot. Come on back when you're ready. All right, I'm going to type in, I'm going to break it into two equations. Y equals 5x minus 12, and another equation, y equals 3. And where they cross is the answer. They cross right here. Now, maybe I need to zoom in to find out where that is. Looks like it's at 3 when x equals 3. I keep mentioning the y value, but this does not have a y value. All we have to do is find the x value. X equals 3, I believe. Let's see how we did. Yep, it's 3. The two graphs cross when x equals 3. The y value is irrelevant. Sorry to mislead you. I don't feel like reshooting the video, if you don't mind. So let's move on. Okay, again, we can break it into two parts. Click pause, give it a shot, come on back. I'm going to write y equals negative, and then my absolute value bars for x minus 2. And because of the negatives on the outside, it opens down like that. That is not a surprise. And then I need the linear piece. Y equals negative I'm going to type in 0.5 if you don't mind. Negative 0.5x minus 2. And there's that. Looks like it crosses at, well, let me zoom in. Looks like it crosses at when x equals 0 and when x equals 8. 0 and 8. 0 and 8. Let's see what they say. I guess technically I should have written x equals 0 and x equal 8. And I didn't do this earlier, but let me check their answer with their graph. Their graph, you might not realize looks like mine because this is zoomed in. Let me zoom out. Oh, I can't change my once you check your answer, you're not able to go back to yours. Well, trust me, it was correct. The key was the 0 and 8. That's it for this. Well, you might want to know what your teacher might assign. Let's see. Your teacher might assign any of these, quite a few there. 9 through 14, 33, 5, 34, and 7. Check with your teacher. Make sure you know which ones they assigned out of all that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.